just to get it going. And I'm just going to do a quick read of your bio just so I don't get it all screwed up. Oh, I guess before I get going here, do you have any questions for me? Do you have anything you wanted to talk about? Okay. Yeah, I love you and I had a couple rounds early on that because of mostly my total brain farts, but I love the content you delivered the second time around. It was an excellent proposal.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a doctorate in organizational psychology. You really are a corporate genius.
Thank you. I know stuff.
Right. So I guess we can get started here.
Sure.
Hi, this is Stana Jemmy with ICF Colorado, and I'm here today with Master Coach Marcia Reynolds, who will be our speaker for our October 10th chapter meeting called Creating More Lightbulb Moments in Your Coaching. So just a little introduction. Dr. Marcia Reynolds is a master certified coach. She's coached and delivered programs in 45 countries. She's also on the faculty of 5 coaching schools in the US, Asia, and Europe, and teaches leaders to use coaching skills in organizations and government agencies. Marcia is a pioneer in the coaching profession. She was the 5th global president of the International Coaching Federation and is in the ICF Circle of Distinction. Excerpts from her 5 best-selling books, including her latest international bestseller, Breakthrough Coaching, have appeared in many places, including Fast Company, Psychology Today, and the Wall Street Journal. Her education includes a doctorate in organizational psychology and 2 master's degrees in communication and adult learning. So Marcia Reynolds, thank you, welcome, and thank you for speaking with us today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. First thing I wanted to ask is, like, oh my gosh, it sounds like you've been around since the beginning of coaching.
Beginning of time.
Not the beginning of time, but a long time in the coaching world. And just I'm curious, how did you get to this place? How did you get to where you are today?
You know, it's first of all, my whole career path is an accidental career, like many people have. You know, you fall into something. That first master's in communications was actually broadcasting, and I was hired to with my master's degree to push television sets around a psychiatric hospital. But it was for a training department. And my boss got into it with the trainer. She fired him and then decided to get her doctorate, and she dumped the entire training department in my lap. And that was the start. So I had to figure out how to train leaders on something. I was just fresh out of school, didn't know anything, and tried to do what the manual said. And then I realized I need to get another degree to figure out how to create training. I did sign up for a degree in instructional design and adult learning. And then some things happened and I moved over into high tech, into just at the time that smart technology was coming into the computer world. And, you know, it was like crazy time. But moving into taking what I was learning and creating training for really wildly crazy situations. And the first company I worked for was a world leader, ended up going bankrupt in 5 years. Then I went to work for a company that was near bankruptcy, and in 3 years we became the top revenue producing IPO in the United States. And I was learning, how do I help these people learn and grow? And so I became fascinated with, what does it take to change people's minds, to help them learn, to expand how they see things and themselves? So, that I was on that journey anyway. It was the day that it was my last day on my last job. I had resigned. I had enough of them, and somebody sent me the famous Newsweek article where Thomas Leonard was talking about this new profession called coaching. It was 1995. And I said, well, that sounds interesting. I think I need to study that. I signed up for a coaching school, and, Coach U was the ones, and Thomas, who started the ICF. So that's how I walked into that whole world of helping to develop the ICF. But all it took for me was to watch a coaching demo, and I said, there's something different here, and I need to study this. So, I'm a behavioral scientist nerd by nature. I need to understand this better. So, and emotional intelligence came out at the same time. So I started studying that, and I actually was teaching courses for the government with all these people that were just learning about emotional intelligence. We were learning together. And it's what inspired me to get my doctorate, because neuroscience was a new science. So, when you look at this journey, that it was, that I fell into the coaching world and found the magic that coaching does, that's so much better than telling people what to do or teaching them, which pacifies their brain, but coaching activates their brain, that I just, am so passionate. And it's still such a new world and new science that we're constantly learning more and more of what does it take to actually, create those moments that actually rewire their brains. The breakthrough, the light bulb was like bing, 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 bing. And there's far more brain activity that's going on. And it is a rewiring. It's permanent. So I'm so passionate and constantly wanting to learn and then share it. So as you can see, I'm very, very passionate about this, because I love the magic of coaching and what we do when we're with people, if we really believe in the coaching process.
Wow. It's just an incredible journey. And you talked about light bulb moments, and that's what I picked up on the title of this talk. And creating light bulb moments, this sounds like a massive challenge to create, like to actively create light bulb moments. And I'm just curious, like what I know we're going to have to wait till October 10th to really go through this thing, but like, what are you going to present? What are you talking about? Yeah.
Well, I think the funniest thing is when I do a demo and then people who observe ask me afterwards, well, what were you thinking when you asked that? And I'm like, you think I was thinking? It's like I've worked for many years to be able to receive and offer back. So, when you and I were talking, that's the thing, is that we go to coaching school, we learn competencies, but when you're in the moment, competencies are back here. And whatever you've developed, I don't care if you've just had one coaching class. You don't want to be thinking, just trust that whatever you've learned so far is good enough. If you create a safe space and you're there for them and they feel it, at least that they'll be open enough to talk to you. And that coaching is just, I'm receiving what you give me. And the more that I can receive with my heart and my gut, the easier it is for me to get the key things you say that I offer back. Or I ask, what do you mean by that? Or you said this and this, is that, are those the key elements that's causing the problem for you? That when I help people see their thoughts out here, they cannot do that for themselves. Their brain will not let them. And when they see it out there, it's like, oh, I did say that, didn't I? That I often say the light bulb moment, we're often looking for this wow awareness, but oftentimes, Stan, it's just, duh, I should have thought of that. Like I had someone the other day where he says, well, duh, I know that. I just forgot. Of course you knew that. You're a smart human being, and I'm just bringing it forth for you. And once you see it, it's like, that's it. And we can move from there. And it's so magical as a coach to be able to see that. I don't need to give them advice, I don't need to remember the competencies are in my bones. So I know, I just need to know, where are we going? What is it you really want that you don't have now? And what's getting in your way? And just remember, what's getting in the way of this really smart person sitting in front of me from figuring this out? And I just want to help them hear their thinking, and notice their emotional shifts and share that. And that's simply it. We make coaching way too hard. But that presence and that trust, that's a difficult thing. That I don't have to think. That's a hard thing, because I've been rewarded for thinking all my life. And now I'm saying, don't think. Yeah. And so there's a big shift that must be made as you master this thing called coaching. Yeah.
That's great. I'm so curious. What are we going to learn? How are we going to learn this in 90 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I love that we have the time to do a demo, because I'm going to, I'm going to show exactly what it is we're aiming for in the brain. This is why we're here and why people need us, because this is important for coaches to know how to articulate coaching. Don't tell people what you do, because they don't care. They want to know why I need you and what I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to give you that language, and then just some key things that you need to do in order to create those moments, and the architecture, the where are we going and how do you wrap it up? But how do you flow in between? But the big thing is I'm going to show you in a coaching demonstration. So you get what I mean, because that's going to be, oh, that's what she's talking about, and you'll see it. And the better you are at this, the quicker you're coaching, 15, 20 minutes. I don't ever go over that. So, yeah.
So will you be asking for a volunteer to be a coachee?
No, you're going to find a volunteer for me before we meet.
Okay. So
Yeah.
anyone out there who wants to be a coachee with Marcia Reynolds, just make sure to put your name in the base camp.
Put your name and what would be your topic, because just to state it right now, I don't coach on family issues. There's way too much baggage with that. So I just need to know the topic. So generally, if it's, something, people you work with, something about your career, but I don't want family issues, and I'm not going to help you build your coaching business. Okay. So put the topic in, and honestly, I promise you that it'll be an experience that will make a difference for you.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Marcia Reynolds, thank you so much for this time right now, but also thank you I feel honored to have you come to our chapter and present to us, especially on this really amazing topic. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I was actually just in Colorado last week. So yeah, it's a place I love to visit. But even to be a part of your chapter, even this way, is important. So thank you.
Great. Thank you. And thank you everybody for watching this video, and I hope to see you all at the chapter meeting. Again, the chapter meeting's on October 10th, 2024. If you haven't already registered, I invite you to go to ICF Colorado, icfcolorado.org, to the chapter events page where you can register there. And we hope to see you all there. And so thank you again, Marcia Reynolds. This
Yes, you're welcome, Stan. Thanks for inviting me.
Perfect. Good.
Yeah. I've always say that you got to find me the person. I don't want to waste the time of asking for volunteers and then somebody volunteers and then it's not something I'm going to coach. It's not a good thing. You need to bring someone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be a problem.
Yeah. It usually isn't. But I have found this from past experiences, bad experiences of trying to do it in the moment doesn't work.
One concern, which is not a big concern to me, but some people it is the confidentiality, because we typically record these sessions.
You just have to ask them.
Yeah. So just it's really just a reminder. And I mean, of course, I'm preaching to the choir, but we need to make sure that the coachee really understands that this is being recorded.
Yeah.
And it's only going to go to people who've registered, who are all coaches by ICF, held by ICF standards, et cetera.
Yeah. I can't remember anyone that's ever said no.
No.
So
it never happens. Just
No. You need to tell them that. Yeah. Remind them this will be recorded and shared.
Yeah. That was a great interview. That's fast. It was good. It was perfect timing too.
Mhm.
Just thinking next steps. Okay, so we're like 6 weeks, 7 weeks out, something like that.
Mhm.
I'm going to start getting the advertising out for a chapter. Okay, we have this thing called Basecamp. Are you familiar with
Yes,
Basecamp?
yeah.
Yeah, you're rolling your eyes like everybody does.
No. There's a company in Europe that I've been working with for like 20 years now, and they still use it. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
On
Yeah.
Basecamp. So no, I have Basecamp accounts.
Got it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and that's easier for me than Google. Google and I are not friends.
Oh.
There was something that happened once when I was in China. China doesn't allow Google, and I was trying to get on or something. I don't know, but they've made it to where I can't use my own email for anything Google, and so it's just annoying. People send me Google Docs, and I can't see them, and so it's like we are not friends.
Right.
So, Stan, I'm gone from like September 6th to October 4th. I'm out of the country.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am totally out of the country. So, if you post anything like on LinkedIn, just tag me, because that'll be the easiest way for me to share it, because I'm not going to have too much of an opportunity. Because from September 20th till October 5th, I'm going to be in Bali, and a lot of the places we're staying in don't even have Wi-Fi. So if you email me and I don't respond to you, it may just be that I can't.
What were those dates again?
So I'm going to Ireland next week,
Yeah.
and I'm gone, and I'm back home September 14th through 17th. I'm just home 3 days. So please don't expect stuff from me.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to show me I'm back, then I go to Bali, and I'm back October 5th. So you can send me that week, like the 7th, the 8th, who you might have as possible volunteers.
Yeah.
Then.
Okay. That's really great to know, because so how we do Basecamp is, like, I'll announce it on Basecamp. We also send it out. We have 300 members that we send out an email to, and mostly they're matching the 300 that we have on Basecamp. Some are different, but we often have, like, it's an opportunity for people to engage with you, or you to sort of tee it up or whatever.
Yeah. No,
you're not even available.
No, not going to happen.
Yeah,
exactly. Not going to happen.
Right.
So just let them know that, no, I can have conversations with them after the event, but I'm not going to do it before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it anyway, Stan. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm just a little too busy in the fall for that. So that wouldn't be something I could normally do anyway.
Right. So I'm going to still invite you. So I will get you registered for the event.
Yeah.
And I'm going to register you for Basecamp, and whether you participate or not is your choice. You know what I mean? Like, I'll register you.
No, I don't want to disappoint people. So please let them know not to try to engage with me.
Okay.
That I'm not going to be available. Okay, until after the event. So please let them know that. Yeah, because I don't, how people are. Well, she didn't respond. Blah, blah, blah.
No. I know.
No,
and I'll cover for you anyways if something does come up. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. So please let them know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm usually pretty quick to respond to things. So
I sort of have a sense of who you are professionally, and so after the event, usually before the event, there's not much buzz anyways, like, because people don't really know what it is. After the event, if you are present, like, usually there's 1 or 2 questions. It's not a big deal.
That's fine. I'll be home into the 21st. I've got 5 international trips coming up. So if I seem a little like I'm not going to be here, it's because I'm trying to, in my brain.
This is Marcia Reynolds we're talking to. It makes sense.
Well, and fall is just crazy.
It's on brand is what it is.
And people are, doing live things again, and and they all want it in the fall, and so I've got before the end of the year, I've got 5 different countries
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
flying off to. So
Wow.
yeah. So I've been telling, people like, could you do this? It's like, no.
Yeah, right. I bet. So I'm doubly honored that you're coming to us. So base camp, registered. Oh yeah, promotion. So like, of course, this is as you know, this is an educational event, but like people will want to know, where can I learn more about we're learning. So at the end, it'd be
my website. In fact, in another week, it's going to be a whole new rendition of my website, and I'll have actually a tab of resources, and so there'll be a ton of free stuff that they can access on my website. So I'll give them that.
Yeah,
so,
good. Yeah, no, I know, because I know people will want to know more. Like, it's not a promotional event, but they'll want to hear the promotion at the end to go like, okay,
go to my website or and and I'm going to send them there. I used to also say LinkedIn, but it's crazy, Stan, how it's hard for me to put myself in that position, but I have thousands of people following me on LinkedIn. That's fine, but these people that I connect with, these coaches that like, so can we have a phone call? It's like, no. It's like, really? Oh, I think we should talk about how we could give each other business. It's like, no. I don't know you. I have lots of coaching friends. If I had business to give, it would be someone I knew. It's like, I feel so bad saying no, but this one woman, I talked to her for a short time, and she said, would you consider taking me on as your like protege? I'm like, yeah. I was like, no.
Okay.
She was seriously disappointed. I'm like, she goes, but we get along really well. I said, I get along well with lots of people. It's just, it's so interesting. So I'll just send them to my website.
Yeah. Well, you and I have known each other for 45 seconds. Would you refer clients to me?
No. I've only been a coach for a year. I'm remembering that I've been around for so long and know so many coaches, and and generally, if I make referrals, it's usually because they're asking me to do a big project I cannot do alone. So I'll refer to like DJ. They have a whole entire coaching company. So other than my neighbor down the street.
Yeah, right.
Who's been a coach for a long time. We've known each other for a long time, and we hike together. So
nice.
We look for the rattlesnakes together. So okay. Well, I gotta go because I guess.
Me too. Yeah. So thank you so much. This was really perfect. This is perfect.
Good.
I will send you an email. So I'll send you an email, kind of like listing next steps, whatever. It's all really just informative. I don't think there's anything left that you and I have to do. It's just like review of things. Oh, the one thing is breakout rooms and so on. Like, if you already know, what is the structure? So you're going to do a coaching demo. You need a coachee, and everyone's going to turn their videos off or whatever during that time, I assume.
I'm going to present for about 20-30 minutes before I do the demo. And then there's always lots of questions afterwards. So on a rare occasion, I've done a breakout just to talk about what they saw and all of that. But that's usually when I've done 2 hours. For 90 minutes, there's usually not enough time for a breakout. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, FYI, our chapter, like the feedback we get is always when there's real interaction and so on.
I know that. And it's okay.
Well, it sounds like you'll have people interacting as a large group. Anyway, so okay.
If it goes quickly, and I can answer, I want to be able to answer some questions and we have time, then let's go ahead and break them into groups of 5 or so,
Do that on the fly. That's no problem.
Yeah.
And
Zoom is easy that way.
and like we're gonna have chat. Do you want me to interrupt you if there's questions in chat, or do you want to just say that at the end, or how does that work?
If the question is a clarification that they really didn't understand something, then absolutely interrupt me.
Yeah. Okay.
If not, then we'll hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I might ask for questions before the demo. But you know the difference.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll have I'll be the host, and I'll have a Zoom host who will be the technical person. So
yeah,
we'll have plenty of support for you. So yeah,
okay,
good.
great.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right, Stan. Thanks.
Good luck with all your travels.
And thank you. Bye.
Bye.